Most of you bitches are trying way too hard when it comes to your business and when it comes to your life in general. You know what's funny? I'm looking at all these high performing individuals, like the top 1%, like those people who pretty much every single entrepreneur is mentally masturbating to, like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, like Alex Hormozy, all these guys. And it may seem like they are successful. But this is just like high level bots. They became so successful mining the coins, the money in this false game of reality. And this whole reality is feeding you with a lie. What I mean by this is you are so busy earning your way to success or thinking that you need to work hard, you need to perform a lot, like perform at like high level, work 12 hours a day and so on and so on, like all this nonsense, right? You're so busy looking at all the ROIs, KPIs, like over analyzing this, that you fucking forget to live. And that's a big one. That's a big one. There's so much garbage, there's so much nonsense in the modern business, and it looks like people don't even understand what the fuck real business is. Because business is not about masturbating to all these KPIs, analyzing the numbers and trying to like optimize every single fucking click on your like ads, on your content, this and that, like whatever, right? You get the point, right? And this is just something that I see online. Every single like high performing entrepreneur that has made some sort of financial success, right? They are all playing this false game. They are trying too hard, and they are just teaching everyone the same thing. What if I told you that you don't have to try? What if I told you that business is not about trying, business is about being, right? And even like with this video, you're probably not very used to someone telling you right, like straight up to your face, that you are a little submissive bitch to your business and to the reality that you see. Because you think that there's someone or something outside that is controlling your life, or like the YouTube algorithm, or economics, like politics, all that garbage, right? It doesn't matter. Like none of those actually matters when it comes to success in business. Success is not about grinding. Success is not about trying, right? And even like with this video, I don't even want to try, right? This is just like this is just an honest conversation. I want to poke at you. Like I want to make you feel uncomfortable. You know what's the most, like for me, one of the most enjoyable things is taking someone and things, concepts that people think is serious, and just making fun of it, right? You're so busy. Let me just look at my screen, and that's actually what I mean, right? When it comes to your business, you are trying to engineer your way to success, like to scale your company, to scale your business. You are trying to become someone. But when you are trying, you're not being. When you are trying, you're going to be always trying. You either are like successful just because you decided I am successful, or you're just trying. You're just playing by someone else's rules. You're playing this illusion. You're feeding with your energy. You're feeding this illusion. It's time to wake up, right? And with this video, again, as I said, I'm not even gonna try because I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna make fun of this whole industry because it's fucked. Most entrepreneurs, you guys, you're just fucked. The way that you look at life, the way that you look at your business, and so let's go to the second point that is important for this video. Your reality is the mirror. It's not some magical, like not even the magical. Your reality is not like something outside of you. Your reality, what you see in your business, what you see in your life, is literally just a projection of your beliefs about yourself, about life, about business, about people, right? That's just it. And that's probably not something very novel that I'm telling right now, right? But most people, like the vast majority of entrepreneurs, when they think about business, they're just trying way too hard. They are trying way too hard. So now think about this. The more that you think that you need to put like the effort into your business or whatever, you can extrapolate this to pretty much anything in life, but we are talking about business right now. I'm talking specifically to high performing entrepreneurs, my dear entrepreneur friends, right? So the more that you think that you need to put like a lot of effort, you need to build some sort of like a crazy system, like marketing, sales, like all that stuff, right? The more that you translate this energy to the universe, right? So the harder that you try, the more that you scream with your actions, I don't have that thing. Now let me ask you this. Obviously, every single of you have your own definition of success, right? But I'm gonna take this sort of like standard example when it comes to business, when it comes to life. You know, a lot of people, they think once I achieve this thing in my business, once I achieve this thing in my life, then it's gonna be chill, right? Then it's gonna be all right. I'm just gonna, maybe I'm gonna chill. I'm not gonna work as much. I'm not gonna do this, not gonna do that. Now, let me ask you, do you understand what this means? Again, it means that you are not there yet. You are trying to become successful. But how would you live if you already had everything that you wanted, right? I want you to really sit and think about this. If I already had all the money, if it's not the money, all the things that you want, how would you live? Would you force it? Would you try hard? Would you work your ass off? Would you be so like crazy about this like insane high performing productivity routine, like whatever is the thing that you have in your business? No. And it's funny because most of you think that reality is just strictly material, right? But reality is not material. It's not physical. Reality is consciousness. It's infinite consciousness, God's consciousness. It doesn't really matter how you call it. Like we can simplify to this. Reality is mental. That's it. That's the main point. So if something is not really how you want it in your business, it's not something outside, not the person, not the thing, not like a thing inside your business. It's literally your beliefs about yourself. And just like I said, the more you try, the more you push, the more you like, the harder you work, the more that you repel the thing that you want. Because if you really had the thing that you wanted, whatever that is, you wouldn't be trying so hard. And again, this is why I'm even making this video, because there's no one who is translating, like expressing the message the way that I do it right now, right? Because I've been through that. I used to think that, you know, I need to work harder, I need to make more content, I need to have like a complicated marketing system, like maybe run some paid ads, like all that fucking nonsense. Like that's all just bullshit. Business is not about that. So to finish this point, what I want to tell you is just fucking relax, bro. Just relax. I'm not saying do nothing. I'm saying just lose the grip a little bit. You don't have to work that hard, really. A lot of times when it comes to results in business, unfortunately, a lot of entrepreneurs, they've been sold a lie, and probably, I'm assuming, and I'm pretty sure that that's really the situation. You don't really want the thing that you think you want, right? And you are pushing hard because someone has fed you with the lie about the reality, about the business. And it's going to be like a pretty dark one, but most entrepreneurs who are obsessed with like this crazy productivity, high performance, like the numbers, the systems, all that stuff, you're just trying to compensate for your trauma. That's just That just is, my friend. Because deep inside, you really understand everything. But most of you, or at least like a lot of you, you just don't have big enough balls to admit that, right? Just wants to control. He just wants to control. That's like the ego game, right? Okay, now the next point. Stop playing the entrepreneur. Because the vast majority of entrepreneurs, you're not being an entrepreneur, you are playing an entrepreneur. You are playing a role that's like a cosplay of an entrepreneur, right? You are copying the characteristics, the attributes of success. And you think that once I get that thing that is outside, then I'm gonna be successful. Like then I can chill, or then I can do like insert the thing, right? And again, I'm just gonna repeat myself one more time. When, let's say, you are healthy, you're not trying to be healthy, right? When you are successful, you occupy this state. You are successful. So when it comes to results in your business, it's not that like once I get that thing, then I'm gonna be successful, or like once I do this, then the result will come. No. It's so simple that for some people, especially the ones who are like very like materialistic and you're not very spiritual, but business is spiritual. It's a spiritual thing, like a real business, not the bullshit game that you're playing. And I have big enough balls to say that. That's just how that is, right? So think about this. If you're like, imagine, if you are a millionaire, a billionaire, whatever, right? Insert the thing. He can do whatever the fuck that he wants or she wants, right? And they will still be a millionaire. They will still be like successful, and so on and so on. That's just like a simple point to illustrate that success is not about things outside. It's about your state inside. Because you see, you can have millions of dollars, like tens of millions, maybe like hundreds of millions, whatever, right? But you can still feel that you don't have enough. You can still feel like maybe something is missing. I need to push more, do this, do that. And just that's like the thing that is plaguing the modern society and the modern entrepreneur, right? So most likely your marketing is shit. Most likely your offer is shit. And most likely even your business model is shit. You know why? Not because that you're doing something wrong, but because you've been sold a lie. Probably the business that you have, it's not the thing that you're most passionate about. And I'm the one to tell you that. Most of you, the businesses that you have, it's not something that you are deeply passionate about. And most of you, or like at least like some big percentage, you're probably thinking at some point I want to exit, right? Probably, or something along these lines. Let me tell you this, if you really knew how to build a business that is coming from your higher self, from your soul, from your spirit, you would be fucking happy every day doing the thing that you want, right? And that's the thing that most people just don't understand. They are playing someone else's game, like, oh, I gotta do more content, I gotta run more ads, I gotta have this like sales team, like all that bullshit. Like I see that all the time. And maybe you've been even burned by some like agencies, companies, business consultants that sold you this like, you know, dream, right? But think about this. The more complicated your business is, and I'm talking about like any sort of complexity, but specifically for like online marketing. And this is what I see when it comes to like complicating marketing funnels. This is just this is like a compensation for a shitty business, and a shitty business is the result of your internal state, right? So, all right, let's go to the next point. We have just two more. You know what's the biggest sign of success, or like the biggest prerequisite to success? It is the total relaxation. When you are trusting the universe, when you are trusting yourself, and when you are trusting your intuition, right? Have you ever had this moment? It could be really about anything that you do in life. It could be business, maybe it could be something that you love doing, but I want to talk about flow state specifically. You know, when you do something that you really like, and it is different for every single of you who's watching. But when you enter the flow state, you don't think, right? You are just present in this moment, and you're just enjoying the ride. You're just enjoying the flow. So how about that you start using this approach to the business as well? There's nothing to push. You don't need to rush it. You don't need to make it too complicated and so on and so on. And probably, I'm assuming that if not every single of you, most of you, you are dreaming about this sort of lifestyle when you can just be in the flow, do the things that you love, and get paid for this. Get paid for the fact that you exist, right? But you've been sold a lie. And almost every single fucking business influencer, and I'm talking about big names, I don't give a fuck about how big the name is. I don't even give a fuck about how much money you have, because money does not equal success. You're gonna have a lot of money and be miserable. You're gonna have a lot of money and have no soul, no free time, feel dead inside, and so on, right? You are so afraid to just relax, to let go of control, because if you let go of control, you think that your business is just gonna destroy itself. It's just gonna it's just gonna fall, it's gonna die, whatever, right? But this is exactly the thing, the key to success. A real business is a business when you don't have to push, you don't have to try, and you just really go with the flow. Let me ask you a question, and this is gonna be a pretty tough one, or I don't even know, it doesn't fucking matter. Let me ask you a question. Can you chill for, let's say, a couple of hours? Okay, that's fine, right? Can you chill for a day, do nothing in your business? Can you chill for a week and for a month? And that's where it gets really fucked up, my friend. If you can't just, let go of control, if you can't just say fuck it, I don't feel like I want to do anything on my business today, and just go about your day, do the things that you enjoy, you are a high performing slave to your business, right? Another example, which I think is just the other side of this, is when maybe you're not very involved in your business. You have someone in your team inside the business who is in charge of this, and you're just a high level CEO who does all the planning, but you're not really involved. That's another thing that I think is really fucked up. What's the point of having a business where you are not involved? I don't want to exit my business. I want to be always involved. But even this video, it's just fun. I'm just playing. That's the whole point, right? If you tell me hey, you know what, Vlad, let's say you're gonna get $100 million tomorrow, but you're gonna be doing, the things that you don't like or hate. I was I would be, nah, because money does not equal to freedom. You can have as much money as you want, and you can be a submissive little bitch to the reality, to your business, right? So it's not about controlling. It's about trusting your intuition. It's about trusting your desires. And most of you are not doing that. And that's the biggest problem that I see in successful people. You're so busy playing this successful entrepreneur, successful person, that you're just dead inside. What's the point of that? Most entrepreneurs, you're not running your business as it is an art project. But that's really the key, right? It's about trusting your spirit, as I said, right? So now the final idea for this video, and this is something that you can think about. You already have all the answers inside and everything that you need in order to go to that like next level, the destination, whatever is the thing that you want. And you know, it's going to be so simple that probably like a big percentage, I'm just assuming, right? You're going to think it's too simple. Or you're going to think like, is that it? No, can't be this way. And you're gonna go back. You're gonna go back. Go and do it. Go and do it. Be a submissive little bitch to your business. Be a submissive little bitch to the reality. If you don't understand that business and the like everything that you see outside, the whole reality, if you don't understand it's mental, the reality will always fuck you, and your business will always fuck you like this. That's just the way it is, my friend. It's not about forcing. It's not about effort, right? And the key here, I'm literally giving you this for free. And you can either take this information, go and apply it today and see your life change, like in the best possible way, or you can just go back to the old system. You can go back to the matrix and still believe all these lies, like this fucking illusion. What is the secret? Like, and it's not even. Like, it's not, the funny thing is not even the secret. It's about allowing yourself to do the things that you want. Whatever is the craziest thing that you deeply, deeply want, but you just don't have big enough balls yet to admit that you want this. Be the person that you want. Do the things that you want, that you deep inside feel. That's the key to fucking success in this life. That's the key to success in business. And it just, like, it's a surprise that people just don't get it. People just don't get it. They trust the system. They trust the outside world more than they trust themselves. And that's just pretty sad. That's just pretty sad. But that's your choice, right? So you see it, like, to wrap up this video, I'm not even trying. I'm not even trying in this video. I'm just making fun of this bullshit online business niche. Like the whole industry is just full of crap, and everyone is gonna sell you this like magic pill, magic solution. I literally gave you all the keys right now for free in this video. If you can allow yourself to do the things that you want, and if you are doing the things that you don't want to do, the reality just fucking you like this. Do you realize this? And that's, again, it's your choice. You have all the keys. You have your intuition. But you are so blinded by the external noise, how you think your life should look like, how you think you should run your business, that you're not listening to yourself. I'm not listening to anything that I disagree with. I don't give a fuck. The only thing that I trust 100% is my intuition. If I don't want to do something, I'm not doing it. And fuck it, whatever, right? So now, to wrap up, the real secret to success in your business, to success in your life, and I'm not saying like to create this false gap between where you are. This is just to illustrate the point. The key to success is doing the things that you love. That is really the key. That's it. There's nothing else that is required for you to do in order to get the things that you want. That is it. That's the recipe. So sit with yourself today, maybe after watching this video. Sit with yourself, maybe close your eyes and really listen to your voice. What is the thing that you want? What are the things that you don't want to do? And fucking stop doing it. That's really it. That's really it, my friend. And I don't even know what to say in this video. I just want to say that you have all the answers. If you're gonna start listening to yourself, to your intuition, I can 100% say that your life will change. You will feel more happy. You will feel more successful, even if you don't make more money. But like, as a result, everything will get better. More success in business, happier life, you name it, right? So that's the message in this video. If this message has resonated and you want to learn how to build a business, not from this like forcing like this hustle culture, like this fake productivity that you need to force it, that you need to push it, then I'll see you in Spirit Circle. The link is in the description.